Hey, good evening, everyone. We're back here for Life Coach Corner, and tonight we're gonna talk about the spin method mastery. And we know in the world filled with endless possibilities, where dreams dare to be chased and destinies are forged, there lies a method and a pathway to success unlike any other. And tonight I'm gonna introduce to you the spin method. If you have been joining us for the last couple of days of March, today is March 9th. So if you're in the Philippines, so it's in the evening in the Philippines. But if you are abroad and you're joining us, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon. I don't know what time zone you are currently, but I'm going to say a good day to everyone right now. And to, this month is talking about more of how we can support you as life coaches, so that you can start fulfilling success. So you can start achieving success in your life and your work. And we're going to give you a passport. We're going to give you a passport for you to succeed using the spin method. So if you've been joining us, the spin method talks about study, practice, and signifies implementation. And the N is about sizing your future to chart the course set for your site. And I'm going to teach you a valuable knowledge today that can help you out in your journey, especially if you are going through some challenges, or maybe you have some loved ones in there that's going through some challenge right now in the areas of self-confidence, of their confidence. Then you are in the right space. If this is the first time you're joining me, I am life coach Shaun de Joya. I am the man from Pasig City. I'm a professional life coach and a life coach dad, and I'm passionate about helping individuals see things from a different perspective so that you can think, feel, and act better, which allows you to simplify the way that you live your life to fulfill your goals. I realized that one of the biggest challenges of individuals, of them, their inability to fulfill their goals, is because they are making things so complicated. And it's not your fault. It's just the way that the system goes, and it's the way that our culture and our workplace and our environment is created. But when you start learning how to simplify things, it makes your journey far, far better and far, far greater, because you are now able to see things, more than how you are seeing it on a limited view. I'm going to allow you to broaden up your scope so that you can make better decisions. And if you're joining us here at Life Coach Philippines, what we do, if you see that in my shirt, we train, we coach, and we build tribe. And what we're doing right now is, of course, helping you out, train you in specific areas of your life that you can improve, which we're now talking about confidence. So if you know someone, or maybe you are a coach and you are helping someone currently to improve their confidence, then share this video to your friends. There is a in the link in the caption that you can download the toolkit that I will talk about with you in detail, so that you can use this to your clients. Or if you are someone who's looking for a coach and if you need some guidance, I can help you in your journey. So let's begin. Of course, thank you very much for joining me, Coach Lynn, and you have Coach Nords from the northern part of the Philippines. And we're going to talk about the spin method. Now, the spin method, the first letter in there is study, which what we're going to do is to dive into knowledge, an ocean of knowledge. Arm yourself with the insight that will propel you on the top. And P stands for practice, which you can use to sharpen your skill with relentless dedication until excellence is your default mode. We know that it's something that you can build, it's something that you can develop up until you go into a state of flow. Then I signifies implementation, which is the time to stop dreaming and start doing, and taking action, which is the moment to watch your dreams unfold. And the end, of course, it's now making a decision to seize the future. You are now charting a course to see the sight in the horizon, that you will never settle. You will never settle for anything that less than the extraordinary. So if you are ready to rewrite your story, then you are ready for the breakthrough. Now, let me begin with a story. My daughter, when she was in high school back then, um, one of the one of the common expectations of parents out there, is to see their children succeed, right? And when I talk about success, it's common that it's stereotype that we talk about good grades, right? High grades, that you get awards and so on and so forth. Now, this has been a similar mindset that I have, that when you want to be successful in, as far as your choice is concerned, to your career, you know, to the kind of profession that you want, you need to have good grades, because that is your first, kind of passport to enter into a good company and a good work. That kind of pressure, and maybe you have some, yeah, have a child, or maybe you have loved ones in there that's still going to school, or maybe you've experienced it, right? That you go through school and you think about, okay, I need to have a line of 90 grades or an A on a B. How many of you have experienced that you need to force yourself towards these high grades for you to be able to have some awards and grades and what have you? But unfortunately, as we continue to pressure our children to achieve that kind of grade, it also puts so much stress to their well-being. I'm the type of father, an old school type of father, who would focus my attention towards my work, because that is how I've been trained. That's how I've been taught. Because we need to be providers to our children. And doing so ensures that we're able to put food in the table. We're able to put a, you know, roof in our heads. And we're able to ensure that our children are well protected and they're well fed. Now, it's common for, if you are in that kind of environment where the mom would take care of the children, right? It's common that you would be, the father would be absentee, right? Of course, we are transitioning towards the mom and the dad is now working, and the caretaker is the one caretaking or taking care of the children. That can be your yaya, that can be your tito, that can be your lola in law, all of these different things. Now, unfortunately, there is a gap in there that would allow us to really guide our children. When I was in the peak of my career, I've learned to I've learned that there is a missing piece towards the kind of parenting that I was giving or infusing to my children. And I remember a time in which she was in high school. The guidance counselor approached us and told us that, hey, can you stay for a while? Because we were attending a seminar about mental health. And the guidance counselor talked to us that, hey, I think your daughter has depression. She shared about her feelings and so on, and she needs help. And that for me was a wake up call that, hey, Sean, you're doing something wrong. You're doing something that you shouldn't be doing, and you need to do for you to take care of your children. And back then, when we talked to our child and we've heard of the story and we've heard of really what's going on, I needed to pull back and stop and seek for support. And we hired a psychiatrist back then to support her. And it was fortunate during the time which the psychiatrist have a friend who is a life coach. And during the time as well, I was looking for something to add to my repertoire. I'm someone who likes motivational speaking, and I was looking at John Maxwell. But eventually, back in 2018, I found life coaching profession. And after the journey in there, I realized that it's a valuable profession and I wanted to invest on myself. And I got certified. And lo and behold, that profession has a broader need for us to be able to address the challenges of mental health. Because back then, mental health is not something that's being talked about. People would shrug that off because it's a taboo. It's something that is not common. It's something that's not well versed or not openly talked about because of the stigma. Now, many individuals go through life. Many children go through life. I'm not exempted. That you kind of shrug away the aspect of mental health. People would say that you have mental health is you have krung krung, you have sayad, you go to a mental health facility, you hurt people and what have you. But that's not really what mental health is. Mental health can be both positive and negative. You can have a positive mental health today, and tomorrow or maybe later you can have a negative mental health. It's our ability to take a look at things from perspective. And during the time in which my daughter was going through that, I didn't understand it. But when I learned about coaching, when I learned about life coaching, when I learned about the value of how it can add to you and bring value to the people that you love, whether it be your child, whether it be your spouse, whether it be your family, whether it be your clients, I knew that I was onto something. People these days need to have someone that can listen to them in the aspect in which they would make sense of how they feel and how they think. And during the course of our lifetime, when we experience, wrongdoings, when we experience failures, when we experience mistakes, when we experience wrong decisions, our confidence, little by little, goes down or deteriorates and deteriorates. How many of you have experienced that? I've experienced that. Even in the corporate world where I have all of these accolades, I have all of these achievements, I got promoted every 2 to 3 years. There's still some question in me of how I see myself. I questioned if I was, being myself, or I was being someone so that I can please other people. So you have this constant question about your decisions and your choices, and even the people that you welcome in your space. So I knew from that time, from that moment on, when my daughter, shared that she has mental health challenges, when the psychiatrist diagnosed her with anxiety and depression, I knew that, hey, I needed to do something. So maybe you're a parent right now, you're watching this. Maybe the coaches tag you, like Coach Marife, you have Coach Candy in there, tag you. Maybe you're in outside of Metro Manila. Maybe you're inside Metro Manila. Maybe you're in abroad somewhere. And you've heard your child, or at least you've observed your child all of the sudden having the lack of self-concept, or having the lack of self-worth, or they feel that they're not, you know, worthy of your love, your attention, or the things that they're enjoying, then this is for you. Because I've learned the value of the way that we parent our children, the way that we talk to our children, the way that we listen to our children influences the way that they see themselves. If we are constantly ignoring the cry or the needs of our children, then they would feel and they would start talking to themselves that they are not worth your attention. So think about the time in which you were a young child, in which you kind of raised your hands and told your mom, I need this, dad, I need this, and so on. But you didn't get the attention. How did that feel? If you are like me, who've gone through that same experience, it wasn't a very good experience, right? You tend to question if the love of the parent puts you in a state in which you are seen and you are being heard. Of course, all of these experiences, as you grow up, as you work, as you build relationship, and as you constantly experience rejection, you constantly experience judgment, you constantly experience people who are forcing you to fit in to a box that you're not able to fit in. And you start to question, what is life all about? And this is the kind of life that I really want. When I became a certified life coach back in 2018, I started to go through a journey of transformation. I started to invest on myself. I hired a coach, which is Master Coach A. I've started to work on myself. I started to work on my marriage. I started to work on my ability as a parent. And it's a wonderful journey because you are now able to open up your horizon towards what life is, rather than being limited towards your work, limited towards drinking, limiting towards traveling, and all of the different things. That there is more to what you're experiencing. There is more to your achievements. There is more to your accolades. There is more to the job that you have, because there are children. There are the future generations. So I started to shift little by little for 5 years. I got certified back in May 2018. So about to reach 6 years now. I've worked on all of these areas, from my health wealth, and relationship. I started to transition from meatitarian to plant-based. I started to work on my marriage for me to be able to ensure that I am passing on the right values to my children. And I also started to work on myself to be a better parent to my children. And most common than that, when you go through this experience, if you don't have any support or help, you would start questioning your ability, right? Your confidence would continue to decline because there are some things that you have been doing that you thought was working. When you thought was working, it's actually not working. It's just taking things on a worse turn. And there are some things that we think about, some relationship that we have that we keep that we thought that we're doing it because it's conforming to the world, but we know that it's not really adhering towards your inner being or your inner core. Now, I would simplify what confidence looks like. Confidence looks like simply if you are unable to speak your ideas, speak your thoughts to the people that you love, that is already a sign, as far as I'm concerned, that our confidence is not at par towards how we see ourselves. Because you cannot speak about something which you have your own doubt, right? You need to be so true to who you are that you can finally express your thoughts and ideas about things. The spin strategy, when you master it talks about the knowledge that you will gain from other people. And what I'm sharing with you now is the experience and the knowledge that I gained. That, of course, my prayer is you will benefit and you would use for you to practice. The turnaround in my life is when I decided to become a certified life coach. Maybe you have heard coaching in the corporate world. Maybe you've heard about life coaching. Maybe you're someone who is interested in understanding how eh, I found that more in life coaching, you know. When I continued to invest on understanding how people think, feel, and act, when I studied about trauma, when I studied about mental models, which, if you want to know more about mental models, it's just an explanation of how something works for you to simplify things. When I started implementing things and when I started creating the future that I wanted, then that is when my life changed. That is when I've seen my children become more confident about who they are and what they wanted to do. Now, I've seen my daughter going to bed, just being in a bed, with some kumot, you know. She's just there. She's not able to get up and so on. So every single day, as I invest on life coaching and learn from myself, she kind of started to see things from a different perspective. She started to be more confident. She started to speak to me. She started to express, but it's not a straight line. There is a process that you need to follow. And life coaching would help you help your children gain that confidence back because you know in your mind and in your heart that your children is more capable than what you see them, than how do you see it. But again, because of our decisions in our life, the bad decisions that we take as parents, it affected them. But there is hope that you can make the change. There is hope that you can see the change. And there's hope that whatever happens, if you as a parent decide to finally stop and make an assessment of how you're doing things and how it's affecting your children, then you're going to fulfill or achieve the goals or the result that you want. So, what I'm going to share with you is an intake form. So, if you're watching this video right now, in the description, there's a download function in there that you can download the toolkit. When you open the toolkit, it's going to open up or share with you a few reflective activities that you can do. What I would ask for you is to utilize this first on your own. And as you go through it, When you're ready, you can message me and you can schedule a free complimentary session. So you don't have to pay for it. Let me help you out. At least let me serve you, gaining confidence. And as you learn from the experience to the process, teach this. Help your child go through the process so that they can be uplifted. There's a series of reflective questions in there. You know, of course, it's a process that you can utilize that ask you what areas of your personal and professional life you believe that can benefit from boosting your confidence. And we know that there are areas of our life that we can develop, right? It can be your work, can be your business, can be your relationships, it can be anything that you can start working on. And it will also help you out make an assessment of how your current sense of self-assurance is. Do you believe in your abilities? Or sometimes you have abilities that we don't acknowledge that it's something that we can use for us to create a better life. It's also going to allow you to take a look at circumstances and challenges that erode your confidence. You know, maybe you're in a space in which you're not celebrated. Maybe you're in a space in which people are constantly questioning your decisions in life. Maybe you're in a space in which they're even questioning the way that you're raising your children. Right? This is also going to affect confidence. It's also going to help you make an assessment of your recurring thought patterns, how you're reacting to situations. When you're faced with challenges, when they're challenging your confidence, how do you typically respond to this? So this prepares you for what is to come so that you know what to do. And it also asks you, what significant experiences that you have that you can use for you to gain confidence. And what the objectives and ambitions that you have that will inspire you to say, I'm going to stand up. I'm going to fight this. I'm going to fight for my children. I'm going to do this because I know that my children are going through some tough times and I went through this as well. And I want to break that. I want to stop that. And finally, making a decision for a commitment. You can draw an emoji in there. I put a space in there. If you're fully committed and uncertain, put some emoji in there. If you're fully committed, great. If you are uncertain, that is where I can help you out in your journey so that you can finally make a shift towards what a better life is it for you and what's the better life for your children. Sometimes we live in a world in which we're trying to fit into a box. But what if I tell you that there is no box? That box is just man-made and you can finally make a decision to forget about that box and start living fully. Because the world is an oyster, right? You can choose what path you want to take. But if you're taking the path alone and you don't want to take risk and you have fear, then life coaching would help you be in the right space, be with the right people, be in the right environment to get that support for you to have the confidence and have the courage to finally say, hey, I have this idea. I want to implement this idea. And I want to share this idea to the world because I know that this idea will change the course of the future generations for me, my children, and my children's children. So if you're ready for help and support, do message us here at Life Coach Philippines and we'll be happy to help you. Don't forget that when you download the toolkit, I'm offering a complimentary coaching sessions to help you out in your journey. Maraming salamat for joining me. Thank you, Jimmy, for joining. You're gonna fight. I'm I'm happy to see that you're gonna fight. We have a community in here that will fight with you. Stay connected. We're here to support you. You just only need to you know, say to yourself that you deserve it and your children deserve. How is it that you can move forward? So I'd like to invite you to join our activities here at Life Coach Philippines. Every single day, we're talking about toolkits that would help you and you will help your loved ones to overcome certain challenges in your life, whether it be in the areas of their health, wealth, and relationship. And if you're looking for an avenue for you to help yourself first and the people that you love, I'm inviting you to join us in being part of life coaching. Be part of the life coaching profession. We're gonna have a certification class that's gonna be happening on April 6 and 7, that's face to face, and April 17 and 19, which is virtual, and April 27 and 28, face to face. So if you are someone whom you think needs additional skill, needs additional knowledge for you to expand on how you can serve other people, life coaching will help you. I'm about to turn 6 years in the profession. My life has changed. Of course, my space has cleared up as well, which is good. There's 8 billion people in this world, at least one by one. I'm able to now identify who are the people that I can keep in my space. There's a billion more to clean up. But now, as I journey along, I know who are the people that supports me, who are the people that I can, push aside, and who are the people that I can put on my energy to create the change that I want to see. I hope you've gained value with this. If you've learned something, please feel free to share what you've learned with other people, with your friends and loved ones, or maybe share this video to other people, and let's bless the digital space. If you're interested to learn with us inside Decap Copy Republic, we're open from 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. We have a community nights every single day. So that's parenting Mondays, Kapihan nights on Tuesday, habits on Wednesday, prayer night on Thursday, and Pub Saturday open mic. That's going to be tonight with Coach Orville. But at 7 p.m. or a bit later, we're going to have a mental health talk later with Master Coach A. And Master Coach A will talk about a topic that compasses how you can benefit from learnings from the Amish barn raising activity. I'm looking forward to this learning later. So if you are in the metro, please visit us and have a conversation with us. And again, if you're interested to become a certified professional life coach and a CACC certified life coach, connect with Coach Rosel at 0917-586-1661. And if you want to learn more, if you're a coach certified by Life Coach Philippines and want to know more about the spin method mastery, message us here and we'll be happy to help you in your journey so you can bless more people in this space and change the way we are seeing the future generation. Once more, this is Life Coach Chiong de Joya, mentally fit to serve, in behalf of Life Coach Philippines. Maraming salamat for joining me. We'll talk to you again soon here at Life Coach Philippines International. Of course, Life Coach Corner happens every single day at 7 p.m. So make sure that you're saving the time and every day to learn more about toolkits. Once again, thank you very much for joining. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
As a business owner, are you overwhelmed by the need to post beautiful, engaging content every single day? Are you left wondering what to write? Tired of scrolling through stock photos that all start to look the same? Confused by complicated graphic design programs? Rise Up Creatives is here to help. Each month, we give you everything you need to create 31 days of social media content in just 5 minutes a day. Customizable captions, curated lifestyle photos, a drag-and-drop graphic design tool, and the ability to post directly to your social media accounts. No one else empowers you with these 4 resources all in one place. Each month, we help you plan your social media calendar by providing you with 31 image themes and customizable captions so you can quickly and easily create engaging content and grow your following. Simply select the image that works best for your feed or story. Then, copy the caption and customize it to fit your audience. 5 minutes a day. It's that quick. Plus, you'll absolutely love our drag-and-drop graphic design tool. Start from scratch or choose one of our beautiful templates to fit your unique brand. When you're ready to export your design, you can download, email, or post directly to your social media accounts. Here's the truth. Our world needs what you have to offer. Don't let technology or procrastination hold you back. Rise Up Creatives is more than an online resource. We're a community helping you overcome your biggest barriers to reach your greatest goals. We're here to help you rise up and be creative.